जी Okay, but Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salawats. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم أفوض أمري إلى الله والله بصير بالعباد الحمد والثناء لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام وتحية الكرام على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والشهداء والصالحين والصديقين وعلى خير خلقه البشير النذير السراج المنير أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين والعن دائم على أعدائهم أعداء الله من يوم ظلمهم إلى يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين صدق الله وصدق رسوله وصدق ولي الكريم صلوات. First and foremost, I would like to extend tabrikat, tahiyat, my best wishes for this great month of Dhul Hajj. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless upon us and all the believers, all the ni'mat and rahmat, especially shafaat of Ahlul Bayt, and give us tawfiq to perform Hajj the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless upon us bi barakat salawat bar Muhammadu Ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala. Alhamdulillah, it's my honor to conduct this Hajj class after a long time, perhaps from 2019, which was the last SABA official Hajj group we able to take. And after that, we have to pass because of the changes, beginning because of the COVID-19, and then later on because of all of these things. So Alhamdulillah, today I'm going to cover lots of things which can give us a better idea what we are doing and how we can conduct. Let me begin with this presentation. The first one is this ayah. وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ عَلَيْكُمُ السَّلَامُ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. And pilgrimage or Hajj to the house is a duty unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for people, for everyone who is able to undertake the journey to it. Basically, the first point is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala giving us a great guidance. Hajj is only wajib for those who have this ability. What are those? What we can do is we can talk and discuss in detail about all of this. That just I want to give you a first, a better picture, then we can move step by step to have a better idea. The condition is, of course, should be baligh, should be aqil, should be able to perform Hajj physically, and also they should have enough means to do Hajj. Istita'a, affordability, is the key we need to talk and discuss. For that, it's very important that if anyone has any dues, अगर किसी के पास कर्जा है, any dues, you need to pay that dues before you go to Hajj. However, some of the mujtahideen, like Ayatollah Khamenei and few, they said that if you have, for example, dues like mortgage, student loan, or business loan, those types of things, exemption. But for example, you got the personal loan from the people or those types of things, you need to pay first and then you can go to Hajj. Here, the dilemma here is Ayatollah Sistani specifically, he is very strict about that. Ayatollah Sistani's ruling about istita'a is even if you have a mortgage, student loan, or any types of loan, first you need to pay off before you go to Hajj. With that, for majority of us, Hajj will not be wajib. If you do it, it's going to be a mustahab Hajj. Now, what is the solution? Please carefully listen to this. This is the first step, and then we can inshallah. The solution for that is we call Hajjul Badali, meaning that in certain conditions, even though I have lots of loans, Hajj will become wajib upon me and can perform. How? If two people going Hajj, one person gives the Hajj package, not money, to the other person as a gift, then for example, if I haven't done Hajj, although I have loans, but if I receive a gift of the Hajj package, which is hotel, ticket, the rawaf, whatever the Hajj package, once you have that, Hajj will become wajib for you. It's just a matter of intention, right? You make an intention. So here in this case, for example, if your spouse comes and tells that this is a gift from me to you, I'm giving you the whole package, not money. Then, because you got the package and you cannot cash it, right? Then Hajj become wajib for you, and vice versa. Or two friends just make an intention. For example, Farhan can give me $1 million plus, mashallah, intention of Hajj package, and I give him only Hajj package. So in that case, I'm going to receive a gift from him, and it's wajib upon me. So I urge all of you today, either from your spouse or your friends, make an intention that you are covering the Hajj cost for me, and I'm covering Hajj cost for you. And then this way, you're going to make an intention, and it will be wajib Hajj, right? That is the key point, inshallah. So yes. Yeah. That's why Ayatollah Khamenei says there is no need to do this intention. But Ayatollah Sistani says that it's better to do that. It's good. So sometimes niyat, intention itself carry huge weight. Right? But nevertheless, yeah, you're right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Yeah. Ask your husband, Dr. Saab, give me $1 million. Just a Hajj pack is good, alhamdulillah. Right? Make intention. That way, so it become wajib. It's clear? Alhamdulillah. Yes. Yeah. But if, for example, if you don't have any loan, some people, they don't own the home, renting. It's not a problem. Or they don't have student loans, not a problem. But those who have a loan, then for them, it's good to make intentions. It's clear? Yes. मुस्तहब हज है। हाँ, अगर फिर कल से कोई आपकी कोई निकल आई माशाअल्लाह, या कुछ कहीं से आसमान से पैसे उतर आए, तो फिर आप वाजिब है आपके लिए। पेरेंट्स वाजिब नहीं है, नहीं, पेरेंट्स पे हज वाजिब है, ऐसे कि पेरेंट्स पे बच्चों का लोन पे ऑफ करना वाजिब नहीं है, बच्चों पे है जी। बहरहाल प्यार पेरेंट्स यहाँ पे तो गधे बहरहाल उठाते हैं सब पूरा, आप क्या करें जी, सही मजाक कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन ये रियलिटी है ना। तो पेरेंट्स पेरेंट्स होते हैं, सब उठाते हैं, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, क्या करें, कोई मुश्किल नहीं। ओके, ठीक है। तो नाउ आई वांट टू गो टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, नुस द हज। आई एम श्योर दैट majority of us, we're going through nusuk. Some they're going through a different caravan which is in Pakistan or other places, because I know that some of the people, those watching, they are going from different groups. I want to cover for everyone. So I have two types of people. One is those who are going through nusuk. Second, those who are going through other caravans like Pakistan or India or Iran, other places. Those who are going through the caravans, they have a different circumstances, because caravan, they have their own setups. I urge that please follow your caravan leader, and they have complete instruction, and with that instruction you can take care of that, inshallah. So then you don't need to worry about that. However, we're going to inshallah take care of the other ahkam, not logistics. Logistics, please refer to your caravan, whether for visa, for tickets, for hotels, for transportations, for food, for other guide and so on. So all of that you need to refer to your own caravan leader. But those who are going to nusuk, I urge that inshallah we're going to create, we have the WhatsApp group, and with this WhatsApp group we can be in touch with. We have in couple of packages. These packages, one could be different hotels, second different timings, third could be different timings, different hotels, and even could be some other circumstances. Majority of us, alhamdulillah, we are going first Mecca, the Medina, and then Mecca. That will going to save a lots of time and efforts. So my humble request to all of those who are going through nusuk, please be in touch with us. Medina part, good, at least 2 days, majority of the caravan will be together. Maybe few days up and down. And Mecca part, especially from 6th of Dhul Hajjah to 12th of Dhul Hajjah, 6-7 days will be in Medina, Mecca together. How our hotels are different. Some of the hotels maybe 20 minutes walk, 5 minutes walk, 7 minutes walk, but all these hotels located in a good place, that's not a problem. The Mina Mashar Arafat part, we are trying to communicate with them to place us together, but there is no guarantee that we'll be together. We'll try our best, because as you know that nusuk, we have no control whatsoever. That is very important. So it's your duty to make sure that you have complete itinerary. Those itinerary could be you bought a ticket, for example, from LA, in my case. Then I have to find my own flight from here to LA. Or New York, you have to find your own flight from here to New York. You have to organize that. Even from New York, LA, or Houston, whatever the destination you have, from there to Medina and Jeddah to back here, San Francisco, whatever the have arrangement, please make sure that you have all of that. If you go to the Nusuk app, you'll find that your itinerary is there, ticket. Maybe some of us, we got it, some of us still we're not. The hotel confirmation is there. Make sure that you need to take care of that. So the hotel itinerary and all of that is your own duty. Some of the informations I can give you, but may not be completely accurate. One information is, once we go there in Medina Airport, there is going to be a team to receive us and take us to the hotel. However, there is no guarantee. We have some people, they said that no one was taking care of us in Medina, then we have to take our own taxi to the hotel. Could be, but we'll try. Because it's not under our control. Because we have no control over the nusuk whatsoever. But most of the people, they said that that's the case. Second, transportation within the Saudi, from Medina airport to hotel, from hotel to going around ziyarat, and from Medina to the Ihram, the Masjid al-Shajra, and from there to Mecca, from Mecca to Mina, Mashar Arafat, and from there to Mecca, from Mecca to Jeddah, that transportation also, quote unquote, included. But it's not in our control. We'll communicating with Hajj Basim, and he is promising us that inshallah someone going to be there helping us, right? We'll try our best, yes. Yes, inshallah. That's what he said. Okay. So the transportation, what about hotels? Majority of the packages, 4 person in one room. And sometimes we have some bad, comments that it was male-female mix, this and that. I don't want to go in detail about that. They said that they're going to take care of that, inshallah. And since hotels are relatively good near Haram, it should not be any problem, inshallah. Food. For sure, breakfast is included. However, they're saying that this is half board. Half board meaning that 2 meals, breakfast and brunch or dinner, whatnot. So what they're saying is, mostly beside breakfast, the second meal will be buffet served from 6 or 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., something like that. Again, there is no guarantee for that also. In Mecca and Medina, I don't think there is going to be a problem because you have a lots of good restaurants within the campus, and I don't think that any problem. Some mujtahideen, they have cautious that because if you go to the McDonald's and I don't know, KFC and all of that, the meat may not be halal because of they're buying from West and all of that. I don't want to go into detail about that. The Indian Pakistani restaurants, they buy the local meat. Local meat is halal, that's not a problem. Again, all of that is, I'm hearing lots of things. I don't want to go in detail about that. And if you want to do ihtiyat is not, that's up to you, that's not a problem. But they're going to, one meal is confirmed, second meal is expected. Okay. In terms of the, once you reach there, maybe for example, like me, 3 a.m. we're going to be in Medina. And our check-in time is usually after 1 or 2 p.m., right? Sometimes 3 p.m., right? What will happen? They're saying that they're going to accommodate something. I don't know what that something is, because even for me, I'm not sure that I'm going to have or not. But what they're saying is they're going to accommodate something. I don't know, inshallah. But the official acknowledgement is our hotel is from 18th. 18th, it means Sunday. It means should be after, or Monday, after, for example, 2 p.m. But we are reaching there 3 a.m. See what we can do. In Mina, Mashar Arafat also, as relatively is very good this time, is not any problem. And they have a good setup. And I hope that compared to what we used to go 10 years before, 50 billion times better right now in terms of bathrooms, hygiene, tents, and so on and so forth. That's what they are saying. And also the air condition. Back then there was no air condition, heat, and all of that. This time also it's going to be June. June is one of the most hottest time of the year. It's June, July is that time. As June is going to be very hot time. I can talk and discuss about that. So these are the things I want to make sure that we're on the same page. We're not responsible, but we will go with the group, inshallah. Any question? Okay. Please recite salawats. Please recite Surah Fatiha for all of those who contributed towards this Hajj guide, so that I can talk and discuss about that. Please recite salawat and Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay, brothers and sisters, what you got is, this is the package. Brother Hassan, is free, or are you going to give us some money? Oh, so I have to give it to you. Okay, good, inshallah. So this is suggested donation, inshallah, because then they can reprint the books and so on and so forth. These are the two. This is just the spirits of Ibrahim is a very good kind of, you can enjoy this book that is going to connect with Imam Hussein and Hajj. That is a very important connection. It's good. And this is what you can see, amazing. So before I go in detail about that, I have a great news, and Brother Haidar, we're going to share with us about this so I can go in detail. Brother Haidar, he is our AI expert for all Al-Qissa related projects, including apps. If you know Shia apps, we have two versions. One is the old version for app, the Apple one. The second one is the newly we released that. And the newly we released, Brother Haidar, he developed that. And also lots of AI things happening for apps and for automations and so on and so forth. Brother Haidar is doing. One of the things he's doing is app for Hajj, which is part of the Qissa app. And he is going to, inshallah, share with us about this. So that, inshallah, I can talk and discuss about this in brief. Please, Brother Haidar, please come and briefly can share with us what you have. Please start as salawat. So you want to connect this? Okay, it's fine. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. So I'm trying to run the simulator right now, but while we're waiting, so I can at least show you guys a brief kind of overview how it looks. Give me a moment. So essentially, the ziyarah guide will have, the Hajj guide will have a lot of different steps along the way. You'll essentially have an overview of the actual book itself. It's word for word exactly how the book is, but it's going to be basically an overview of it. So anytime you're looking at a major step, you'll have the name of that major step, and you'll have quick links for like dua and step by step, for example, how to do ghusl, how to do a prayer, for example, whether it's a 2 rak'ah prayer, exactly how to do it, and there's quick references for everything. So inshallah, this is just a quick example of it. I just need to run the simulator right now. Give me a moment. It's kind of hard. I'd rather run it on my phone. I can't really. The issue is it's a HDMI wire, so I'm trying to run a simulator on my laptop. So, is there any way I can share on my phone? Is that possible, or it's not? I can't share it on my phone. Yeah, I don't. Here, Moulana, maybe if you like continue presenting, and maybe I can figure it out before. Yeah, inshallah. I think that maybe if I try to find a way to stream my phone.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So, about this Hajj book, what are the things this Hajj book is contained? As we mentioned before also, and I sent the email with other resources also, but Alhamdulillah, this Hajj book is one of the amazing resource for all the Hajis. The first book was Iraq Guide, and then Iran Guide, and then this Hajj Guide we published last year. I personally spent thousands of hours, and others. This is the combination of the experience of more than 14 Hajj. I personally 13 Hajj I did, and Umrahs, and also lots of people they did. So it's a very comprehensive book. And also alongside with this ziyarat, which is contained of the tawaf and also sa'i. Each round, tawaf and sa'i, you see that this icon of mountain sa'i and icon of tawaf, Kaaba, is tawaf. So each round, there is a specific dua, so you can remember and doing that. It's very good, handy things, and you can hang around your neck, and this is also very good. And this one also is not a problem, because what we did is some of the ziyarat, like ziyarat Ashura, they don't let Saudi government. And then once you see this one, this is not a problem, because lots of people, they took it and they give the permission to take there. Maybe there are sometimes changes, but usually it's not a problem. Compared to the Ziyarat Ashura, that's why we did not mention Ziyarat Ashura here. That can be no sensitivity about that. So, what are the things we cover here? As I mentioned, this is going to be a comprehensive book as much as we can. From du'as, we have a good portion of that is in du'as in the end, you can see. And also travel trip. Travel trip, what are the things you need to take it and how and so on and so forth. And also we have lots of common questions and ahkam, historical background, Hajj rituals and ziyarat rituals, and step-by-step Hajj, in a journey within spiritual trips, because each place, what we did is we pause it and we put some of the informations, and also the whole reflection point and so on and so forth. You can see that from historical point and also psychological point and maps and so on and so forth, we try to put together. My humble appeal and request to all of you is, please read this and give us your comments. Because if you see any error or mistake or something, we can take it and we can, when we are printing, we can accommodate your comments, and that will be a good source of guidance for others, and you can have it. So my humble appeal and request to all of you is, please take a look and you can use this book. Please don't limit to only rituals. We have lots of philosophical, historical, and all other things. And you don't need to follow, to the T every single details. But it's good. Even, for example, what are the things you have to take, how to pack your bag, and so on and so forth. We try to put all of that so that it can be handy, inshallah. So this is about this book. And as we move, we can talk and discuss about the details of that. Like, for example, you can see page number 22. For instance, if you flip the page number 22, you can see this one, as you can see in this one. And it's a amazing, for example, information about when you want to go to Hajj and Umrah introduction, and the details are there, and you can learn and you can get some idea. Then here, preparation for Hajj. Preparation for Hajj, which is before you travel. Very important that, brothers and sisters, choose your caravan. You have no control over that. We have to go to the Nusuk. We did that, alhamdulillah. And part of that is we are here to support and do whatever we can do. And those who are going from Pakistan, from India, from other places, alhamdulillah, please make sure that be in touch with your group. Draft a will is very important, that for each and every one of you is very important to draft a will, and that will going to be a great source of guidance for others. Typically, the journey to Hajj and Ziyarat is different, especially Hajj. Once you come back, you're not the same person. You're going to be a different person, right? So that's why you don't want to leave others unattended or they don't know what to do. We have lots of examples that those who go to Hajj for whatever reason, something happens, they died, and there's one couple, Bangladeshi couple, they were coming back from Hajj in Germany, they had accident and both of them died. 3 kids, and then we have a lengthy process. They have to fight, the family members here or there, until they were able to, for example, save their kids and so on and so forth. It's very, very important that please make sure that writing a will, as simple as you can, for example, write a will with 2 witnesses, and also you can get the notary public, so you can be protected. What are the things you can mention? Some of the things about your children, about your asset, about your dues, Islamic dues, and so on and so forth. You can just draft it, although you don't need to go in detail about that, at least something. And also the homes. Here is very important that lots of times when we're talking about any dues, we have 2 types of dues. As I mentioned, Hajj Badali for most of you, and those who came late, make sure the Hajj Badali, there you have to make intention, and you can go with the presentation. You understand what Hajj Badali is. Otherwise, if you have any types of depth, you cannot make a Hajj Wajib. That's one of the component. So dues, you have 2 types of dues. One is, for example, your business loan or home loan, or for example, you have the student loans and so on and so forth. That's, you don't have to worry about that. The second one is if you have a personal loans or limited loans. For example, Hassan Mirza, he got a loan from me, $1 million. Maybe inshallah make sure that he has to pay before he goes. I'm joking. So anyhow, so then this is a personal loan. So either he has to get a permission from me, or he has to pay me before he go to Hajj. Personal loan is important. And then you have the Islamic dues. Islamic dues is if you have a fitra due, you have to pay before you go to Hajj. You have a kafara, you have a qasam, you have a nadhr, or you have a khums, you have to pay back. For the khums, there's 3 ways. One is if you are taking care of the homes every year, you don't need to worry about that because that's going to be a part of it. Second is if you're not, then now it's wajib for you to make sure that you take care of that. And the third one is if you cannot do the first and second, at least for the expenses of Hajj, what you're doing, you need to pay the homes and that way cover. But at the end of the day, you need to take care of that. And also one of the very important thing is making an intention for your marja. So for example, if you're doing taqleed of Ayatollah Sistani, alhamdulillah. If you're doing taqleed of Ayatollah Khamenei, since he died, you have to make intention, one thing that I want to follow Ayatollah Sistani for the new ahkam because he is a living marja. That's it. And then you can refer all your ahkam to Ayatollah Sistani. And one of the thing is asking for forgiveness for each. One of the thing is from your spouse, because that's the most dangerous thing, and also is good. So because that's I myself, the first thing is I'm sorry, halas. If she wants to slap me, it's okay, here, no problem. You're ready, right? And also the main thing, forgiveness, is you are ready to change. You're showing that this is the time I want to have a life-changing journey. And then from others, and especially those whom you think that they're not happy. For what reason? That's not a problem. In any given circumstance, it's very important that you need to ask for forgiveness of each other. And then make sure that read some of the books, resources which I mentioned, and also you have lots of videos. Please go through so you can have very good things. One of the very important thing is arrange support for your dependents. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, you know that if you are smaller kids, you can arrange. If you're going by yourself, your spouse, take care of that, and your parents, whatnot. And even our hadith and riwayat says that in the time of a sixth imam, some of the companions, they used to take care of the orphans and aitam, or needy people. Even, for example, let's say if you're taking care of your siblings, your parents, your extended family members, or no, orphans in Pakistan, in India, in Africa, whatnot, arrange some support for them. Don't go unattended because they're going to be complaining on the judgment day. All of this is very important. And arrange for your ihram. For sister is very important. For brothers, I would say that you don't need to buy from here, because once you buy from here, then you have to buy more expensive one by the time comes, and so on and so forth. Because most of us we are going first Medina. You can get a complete set of ihram in Medina. That's not a problem. For the sisters, your normal clothing is okay, except if it is white, is more mustahab, is better. If it's not white and cotton, is not a problem, is still, but you need to have a decent, moderate clothing, which you can easily wear. And also, as I mentioned, it's going to be heat. So the hottest time of the year, the June, and we're going there, and you're going to have lots of heat there. Take care of yourself, inshallah. And physical preparation, walking, mashallah, 5 to 10 miles per day, inshallah, walk is good. Yes. If you find some people, they're not happy, yes. Yes. I mean, the hadith says that once we go to Hajj and we come back, we're not going to see him. It's like Muhammad Hadi, when he was 15, he punched me in his dream, and he has to come, he has to, right, Muhammad Hadi? So, yeah, I mean, whatever you remember. Yes, sister. हर जगह की गर्मी डिफरेंट होती है, और वहाँ के हालात के एतबार से वहाँ पे ह्यूमिड कम है, यहाँ की तरह नहीं है, जैसे ह्यूस्टन में जाएं उस तरह नहीं है, लेकिन एक not इतना humid है और ना ही इतना मतलब ये है. It's kind of difficult. So take care of yourself, inshallah, especially when you're talking about night time, 95-degree. MashaAllah, once you just night time and once you walk, oh, MashaAllah, you're going to have a free shower of your own sweat. Is good, Alhamdulillah, right? करबला फिर भी बेहतर है जी जी, मगर एक 40 टाइम थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा, मखसूस आजकल आ रहा है, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वैसे ही है, कोई मुश्किल नहीं है. मसला नहीं, करबला में कोई आपके पास अहकाम नहीं है, लेकिन हज में मेन थिंग, हज इज you cannot stop. Once you start the tawaf, you need to finish the tawaf. You need to finish the sa'i, Safa Marwa. You need to finish, once you go to Arafat, you cannot say, oh, I want to come back. There's no U-turn. That's the problem. So it's kind of very difficult. We can give, for the sisters, some discount, inshallah, some of the ahkam. We can go in detail about that ahkam, but in general, is once you start. But Karbala, if you don't like it, you come back and sleep in the hotel. You don't walk, you can take a ride, right? But here, it's difficult. Yeah, maybe sometimes if a husband can give the ride, it's good, alhamdulillah. Ya Allah. So that's good, inshallah. So these are the few things. And also I want to make sure that we mentioned here in this page, you can see 25, 24, 25, 26, 27. These pages, you can have a little bit more preparation we mentioned there. And you can see that. And also some of the du'as. Before that is what I want to mention, very important, brothers and sisters, very important that when I'm talking about just preparation, take care of your all the medicine, even eyeglass, you need to have an extra pair, you need to have, for example, some protection for that, because you don't want to, and also the things which is needed, some of the things are very normal, like for example, dehydrations and so on and so forth. Some of those, like if someone has a migraine, some of you have diarrhea, and those, some is good to have. And also taking care of the, some of the shots, like some of those like meningitis and so on. So that's kind of mandatory, but some is not mandatory. Still, if you want to take, that's up to you, and you take care of that. In terms of the du'as also, we mentioned that please read these du'as. 28 and 29 is very clearly mentioned that what to do. Basically, once you make an intention, do ghusl and make oath to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this is my life-changing journey and I want to inshallah change, and these du'as will represent your akhlaqiyat. Some of the things you need to, for example, pack. What are the things you need to pack? You're not going to the jungle. It's not Amazon jungle where Hajj is there. It's a Saudi Arabia, is a most advanced country there. You have everything there. But still, you want to bring is good. You don't need to, for example, stuff everything as if you're going to jungle, Amazon jungle for 3 weeks. No, it's not a problem. But for sister, it's very important that if you want to have your specific clothes or shoes and so on and so forth, take care of that. First, your health. Even for the health, you can go and buy there lots of pharmacies and stores. The hotels are going to be there everywhere. Stores there, and also make sure that because Mecca and Medina, they accept the card and credit card and so on and so forth is not a problem. If you want to carry any dollar, it's good to have a new $100 bills. Don't take $10, $20, $30, $50 is going to be less. And also don't take the old bills. But it's not like Iran, Iraq, where no credit card will going to accept it. Alhamdulillah, it's not a problem. You can have that one. So make sure that if you're going from here directly, you can take 2 bags going and 2 bags coming back. However, if you're taking domestic flights, for example, in my case, we are going from here to LA, and from LA to Medina, from Jeddah to LA. For that, from here to LA, I have to have, for example, I got the ticket, only handbag is allowed, then I have to pay. You have to take care of that. Usually, you don't need to have more than one handbook and one, luggage bag. But that's up to you. You can, for example, see some of the things which you can have that. So these are the things we talk and discuss. Any question before we move on? Yes. No, it is for all that, and I'm going to talk and discuss when it comes to the ahkam. Unfortunately, some they don't follow. But if you go to the fiqh, Shia, or any of the Ahl Sunnat, Maliki, Shafi, Hanbali, Hanafi, all of them is pretty much the same. And but some of them they don't follow. That's a different thing, but the same. And it's only during the Hajj ihram time, not the whole duration of Hajj. It means, for example, from Medina to Mecca when you're going, maybe, for example, less than 24 hours when you put on your ihram, and by the time you come out of the ihram, that duration, you need to take care of that. So you cannot use the scented one and also oil one and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, the hotels we are going to be is heavy perfume. Once you enter there, subhanallah, what you can do. So you don't have any control, right? So that's the things. Anyhow, we can talk and discuss about that. But if you find, it's good, inshallah. Yes. No, what like here is a point. The transportations will be together, and I'm going to talk and discuss about the extra kafara for the Hajis, because we don't have a luxury to go open buses after putting ihram, or even traveling night time. So most of the times we're going to take care of the travel during the daytime, and we have to by default pay the kafara, and that's not a problem. That's part of that because you don't have a control. But the room arrangement, you have to see that. If, for example, if you have one room, then you can pack together. But if because as I mentioned, for normal package is 4 Hajis in one room, so then usually the sisters in one, brothers in one. In that case, it's good that you need to separate your, a package. Unfortunately, as I mentioned before, also there was an incident, and also you can go to Hajj feedback. Previous years, once they enter, there was a 2-3 women for men, and that was also. But they change it later on. But usually that's the case, inshallah. Clear? Okay. So now we enter for Medina. So, brothers and sisters, alhamdulillah, so far we talk and discuss about general. Now we are going to the ziyarat part. Medina is the first junction. You can see some of the ahadith and riwayats. Subhanallah, Medina is a place where Holy Prophet got the peace in Medina, although Mecca is a place of peace. When dakhalahu kana amina, the Holy Prophet was looking for peace in Medina. Medina is a place of wahy, place of birth of our most of the imams, Mahalle, Bani Hashim, and so on and so forth. But alhamdulillah, there is no specific guided obligatory ahkam in Medina. That's why they relax in Medina. You don't have to rush here or there. But all of that is mustahab. So we can have a spiritual charging. And basically what I say about Medina is spiritual charging place. Once we go there, spiritually we'll be charged up and ready. SubhanAllah, once you enter in Medina, you see the Rawda of Holy Prophet and Jannatul Baqi. Jannatul Baqi has no dome and shrine, but Rawda of Holy Prophet. From far, the moment you see the Khadra, the green dome of Holy Prophet, your 7 du'as will be granted. 7 du'as, inshallah. Whatever you can have, hajat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the du'as dedicated for believers, mu'mineen around the globe, for Imam al-Zaman, for your children, for, and so on and so forth. Whatever you have, hajat. Medina is exceptional Holy Prophet shrine. And also the shrine of 4 Imams and Fatima al-Zahra, salamullah alayhi, and so on and so forth. Inshallah, once we go, because one of the beauties, inshallah, together we're going to be there, inshallah. And we had some earphones, and we lost that in our previous trip because they took it in the airport. Otherwise, it was very good. Once we go there, up to 1 kilometer, you can hear what's one person's walking. Maybe if we can, if you want, you guys, you can arrange that. Because we arranged one time, we spent, I think, a couple of $100, right? $2,000. But we lost that. So the beauty of that is maybe up to 30, 40, 50 people, if they want to go together, we can recite and you can just have your, and we can do that. But anyhow, maybe brother, Haidar, or you guys, you find some apps. So when you find some apps, maybe we can download those apps in our phone and we can communicate by doing that. So one person's talking, Muhammad Hadi, find something. What are the best way if we can, for example, download something, app or something, and then we can, for example, communicate. All of us, we can be connected, and instead of having our own, for example, different things, with cell phone, we go in and you can have a headphone there. You can put a headphone and one person is talking, reciting dua, and we can take care of that, and everyone will enjoy that, inshallah. So this is the beauty of that Medina, and basically this is some of the pictures of the Medina. Inshallah, we can go and talk and discuss. In Medina, basically, you have the shrine of Holy Prophet and Masjid Nabi, which is the second masjid built at the time of Holy Prophet. The first masjid is Masjid Quba, and second masjid is Masjid Nabi. And shrine of Holy Prophet is there, Qabr of Holy Prophet, and also Fatima al-Zahra expected to be. And then you have opposite to that is, this is Medina's Rawda, and this is a few things here. We can talk and discuss in detail about that, inshallah. And Jannatul Baqi. So for the Jannatul Baqi, you can see that the 4 Imams and the Hazrat al-Zahra salamullah expected to be, but we don't know, at least for 4 Imam, and also the al-Banin, the Shuhada of Uhud, the companions, and so on and so forth. You have lots of those things. You can see this was before the demolishing of the Baqi, and this is now, or worse than this, is very difficult. Few tips for Medina. One, those who haven't got the Rawda entry permission, take care of that. One of the beauty of this regulation is those who can, they can have 10 minutes inside. It's beautiful. At least you can offer 2 rakah of the prayer, Rawda bin Riyadh Jannah, and so on and so forth. It's good. Because Holy Prophet's masjids, Masjid Nabi, is a huge, you can see, like this, right? So then you have a different courts. One of the courts is for sisters, anytime they can go, brothers, anytime they go, but all of that extended. The second one is Rawda only. For that also, for sisters specific time, brothers specific time, just they can walk in and walk out. Walk in and walk out. The third one is inside of the Rawda doing the prayers, and that you need to get a permission app. Without permission, you cannot enter. The first one, you can enter in some of the specific areas anytime. Second one, sisters and brothers have specific times, they can walk in and walk out. It's kind of just only they do the ziyarat of Holy Prophet and walk out. The third one is the Rawda Ziyarah. You need to get the permission. And that's very important. For the sisters, a specific place, for the brothers, a specific place, that's not a problem. You can take care of that. Most of the hotels are near Haram, and you should not have any problem. And before they used to close the door at certain time. Right now they're 24/7 open, which is good, alhamdulillah, and you can take care of that. For the Baqi, the problem with the Baqi is you have specific timings, only two times. One is after Fajr prayer, and one is after Asr prayer. These are the two times for the male, the brothers, they can go. For the sisters, no allowed whatsoever. So sisters, they cannot go inside of the Baqi. But for brothers, they can do. For the sisters, they can stand near Baqi, they can do ziyarat. Alhamdulillah, we can take care of that one time, and we can do. But for the brothers, make sure that only these two times you can go and you can take care of the ziyarah. And beside that, you have a lots of other, ziyarat. You can see the inside of the ziyarat, of Masjid Nabi. So lots of places, and since you're going to have a Rawda up, you can take care of that. If you don't have a Rawda up, none of these places you can go there. Okay, and then the one day we're going to, inshallah, take care of the Medina Ziyarah. Those who are coming, for example, a majority of us, we are going 18th. Some people early morning, some people late, day. But 19, majority of the people there. So 19, what we did is we take care of the app for the Rawda. And 20, what we want to go around ziyarats. One day we can take care of the around ziyarat. But some people, they're reaching there 20. For them, you're not missing anything. You can take care of the Rawda on 20, 19 night, whatever the 20. And then if you're able to come with us on the 20th, it's good. Otherwise, we can arrange a taxi or something. You can, inshallah, go and seeing side ziyarats. Side ziyarat right now, before we used to go lots of ziyarats. Right now, Baitul Hawz, all of that's closed. Only you can go few. One is Dhu Qiblatain, where Qibla was changed. Good. One is Masjidul Quba, the first masjids. And one is Masajid SABA, 7 masajid. And the Uhud. These are the 4 places you can go. None of other places you cannot go. Even, for example, the Shia Masjid is there. All of that is restricted right now as with lots of things. Before, even we used to go to Uhud, from Uhud to the Khaybar and Fadak and all of that. Now it's restricted, and also the duration is very small, and that's why we cannot go to all of that. So these are the few places you can see in Medina. So after that, alhamdulillah, you can see page number 39, we enter to Mecca. So from here, brothers and sisters, I would like to change the gear. And now please get ready for the ahkam. Although details of the ahkam, we can talk and discuss there also. And also please make sure that follow that. You have any question for the sisters, if you have a special conditions, make sure that take care of yourself, ask that, and also Sister Sabika will be answering some of the questions or anything I can. Please make sure that there is no formalities. Make sure that you ask all of that. For the brothers, inshallah, I'm going to be there. We can take care of that. Hajj is once a lifetime has become wajib. Again, as I mentioned, most of you need to make an intention of Hajj badali, and you then become wajib. Otherwise, it's going to be mustahab, then you need to go next time. So, Hajj, let's say your Hajj is wajib. Hajj is life-changing journey. Hajj consists of rituals, philosophy, irfan, contemplation, connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the factory of mankind, and also fighting with shaitan, khannas, everything. So basically, Hajj meaning that I want to be Abdullah. I want to come out from all the shackles, everything which is stopping me from going against the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, period. That is the Hajj. For that, Hajj is very important. That once a lifetime, but alhamdulillah, some people, they can do more, and so on and so forth. Umrah has no limits, but Hajj is only one. This Hajj also is divided in like types of Hajj. So we have, I'm not talking about Umrah, because Umrah is different. Hajj is divided in these three: Hajj Qiran, Hajj Ifrat, and Hajj Tamattu. Hajj Qiran and Ifrat is not for you guys, those who live in Mecca, for them. But since we are going from out, then we need to do Hajj Tamattu. So Hajj Tamattu, when will begin? From 1st of the Hajjah. Now, if you go to Hajj Tamattu become wajib for you. Right? If you have all of those conditions. Then once you enter to Mecca, you cannot go out of the Mecca until you go take care of Hajj Tamattu. Right? So for Hajj Tamattu, two stages. The first stage is Umrah Tamattu, and the second one is Hajj Tamattu. Right? For the Umrah Tamattu is kind of prelude, muqaddama, before you begin with your own Hajj journey. This is muqaddama, because no one can enter to Mecca even if you're going for the business trip. Lots of people, they come, oh, Moulana, I have a business contract, business trip, and so on and so forth. I want to go to Mecca. No, you cannot. You have to make an intention of Umrah if you're going in normal time. But if you're going during the Zil Hajjah and Zil Qa'dah time, you need to make an intention of Umrah Tamattu. So for that Umrah Tamattu, you have to go to one of the miqats. Those miqats are Yalamlam, Juhfa, Dhatu Irq, and also the Masjid Shajra, and so on and so forth. So one of them which is related to us, if you're going directly from here to Mecca, Jeddah, from Jeddah you have to go to Juhfa and put on Ihram, and then you can go to Mecca. Or in our case, we are going first where? Medina. If you're going Medina, from Medina to Mecca, you have to go first where? Masjid Shajara. And make a intention there, put on your ihram, and from Masjid Shajara, go to Mecca. That is the route. It's very important that you need to take care of that. Otherwise, you cannot. So, for the Umrah Tamattu, usually Umrah Mufrada has 7 ahkam. 7 parts, or 7 stages. The first stage is Ihram, second one is Tawaf, third one is prayer, fourth one is the Sa'i, fifth one is Taqsir, sixth one is Tawaf Nisa, seventh one is Namaz Tawaf Nisa. But for Hajj Tamattu, the Umrah Tamattu has only 5. So you don't need to do Tawaf Nisa and Namaz Tawaf Nisa for Umrah Tamattu. Only 5, meaning that Ihram, Tawaf, prayer of Tawaf, and then Sa'i and Taqsir. If you do that, you come out of the Ihram and you take care of, you're going to stay there for a few days with no problems, and you can take care of whatever. I can talk to you what we're doing, inshallah, during that time. So this is in general. Now, Umrah Tamattu. The Umrah Tamattu, the first one is Ihram. Inshallah, the itinerary is, we are going from here, some people 15, 16, 17, but for sure we're going to be there 19, most of us. Or maybe 20th. So 2 or 3 days you're going to stay in Medina, depending on your package, 3, 4 days, whatever. Inshallah, we are going on 23rd from Medina to Mecca. 21st, yeah, 21st. 21st is what day is 21st? MashaAllah, I was expecting this. Sisters, brothers, Hujjaj. A great blessing, but أفضل الأعمال أحمدها. The most rewarded a'mal, actions, those who are the most difficult and painful. Our first test will begin on Thursday. Just I can give you some statistics. During the Hajj time, the Hajj will be packed. But on Thursday, 5 times more. Thursday and Friday. So Alhamdulillah, we are going. And good that we are going on Thursday, which is the most blessing. Thursday, there is a special, exceptional night. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give you a reward of 100 Hajj. And also, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa alayhi. So with that, you have 100 times difficulties. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa alayhi Muhammad. So Muhammad Hadi, you need to carry me here, right? Inshallah. And by the way, tawaf, you can carry someone. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, that's not a problem. It's good, Alhamdulillah. So, maybe that's mustahab. Ya Allah. So, here is the point. From one side, when you put on ihram, you should not do certain things. One of those is you cannot walk under the shadow. Nighttime, there is no shadow, which is nighttime is okay, you can go. So that's what we used to do, is we used to go after Maghrib and we put on the ihram, we go to Mecca. Now, things are changed, not in our control. It's a nusuk. It's nusuk. Then they will ask us to check out on Thursday, 12 p.m. Okay. And then we go to station, train from Medina to Mecca, which is good. But the problem is you cannot go from train station to Mecca. What it is, we have to take a taxi. We'll arrange, but maybe they're not going to cover. We have to pay. That's not a problem. We have to go to Masjid al-Shajra, put on ihram, and from there we go to train. For example, if our train is 3 p.m., then we go 1:30 to Masjid Shajra, put on the ihram, and before 2:30, 3 o'clock is train, half an hour before we go there. At 4 o'clock, 3:30. 2 o'clock, 1:30. So half an hour before our train leaves or train time, we have to be there. So it means before that, we have to take care of that. So in that case, we're going to sit in the shadow one, the taxi or in bus. For that, mashallah, Hassan, he arranged the whole bakriyon ka pura lot unhone. So for each mistake, you have to pay a kafara of 1 goat or sheep. If you want to do on behalf of your wife the camel, Zahid bhai, camel is good, and that's good, no problem. But minimum is sheep, right? And the beauty is some places, like for example, if you want to do sheep in Saudi Arabia, around $280, $300. But in Pakistan, maybe $150. In India, maybe $125. In Iran, I don't know, same thing, $200. But if you do it in Africa, maybe it's $50, $60. So different, depend on the size of that and so on and so forth. If you want to do big cow, inshallah, $2,000. If you want to buffaloes, and if you want to do camel, $3,000. So that's up to you, inshallah. No, so that is the situation. Yes. Son. So you can take care of the different ways. One is, especially for sisters, I urge that you put on your ihram, be ready, everything in hotel. Once you go there, this time, once you do ghusl, don't use the shampoo which has a scent. This is why. So then, like for example, I got it. I wish I could bring that. So from the Amazon, scent-free, oil-free, for example, shampoo. I have that one. So Muhammad Hadi, you have to pay me like 3 times of what I paid, inshallah. So, and also charge Ashfaq and Muhammad also 3 times, no problem. So you can get it, that's that, yes. That's not a problem because you are not in ihram at this time. So you can comb, you can take care of that, that's not a problem. Once you make intention, then after that you cannot. Also, it's very important, brothers and sisters, before you go, as I mentioned, the marja, being homes, and one of those is at least your prayer, 2 rakat of the prayer, and wudu and ghusl, check. Sister Sabika is here, sisters and brothers, I can be, inshallah. And Sister Sabika, you're not coming, right? For Hajj, are you coming? So she's not coming. So I will be there, inshallah. That's not a problem. But make sure that please, at least, and inshallah, I want to check while we are going there, at least you can make sure that you're doing proper wudu. I'm sure that you're doing, but once again, and proper ghusl, and 2 rakat at least prayer, because that is wajib. And while you're doing tawaf, and after tawaf 2 rakat of the prayer, that is wajib. So you can take care of that. So anyhow, so once you can do there or there. For the ihram, for the brothers, I personally, because I have old one, I can take it. So for the sister also, at least you can have 2 pairs. If more is okay, no problem, because 2 pair is good. Because especially in first time you wear and you take out, you can wash it and you can make it ready for the next time to wear. And once you go there, it's going to be 3 days. In 3 days, at least you have 2 pair is good. For the brothers also, 2 pair of ihram. And I have, for example, 1 pair here and I can buy there. Even buying there 2 pair is not going to be costly. It's much cheaper, better. You can choose the qualities instead of ordering from Amazon and others. For brothers, I urge that don't buy anything. We can take care of that because we go to Medina and we have all of that. For sisters, you take care of from here, right? So either you can prepare in hotel or there, or go there and just go to 5 minutes of shower and take care of everything, and then we go together, inshallah. And even if you're not, because of the different timings and so on and so forth, follow that, and you have the lots of clips and so on and so forth. Main thing is, once you go to the Masjid al-Shajra, make intention, and intention is after wudu and everything, do your wajib prayer if there is. If not, 2 rakat tahiyyat masjid, always, any masjid you go, even for example Medina, same thing, any shrine you go, 2 rakat tahiyyat masjid, qurbat ilallah, and then ziyarat there. But here there is no ziyarah, 2 rakat tahiyyat masjid, and stand, and while you're standing inside of the masjid, not out of the masjid, inside of the masjid, stand and make an intention that I am wearing ihram, umrah, tamattu' for hajjatul Islam, qurbatan ilallah, Allahu Akbar. Once you say, you have to recite this talbiyah, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika laka labbaik. And also there is other du'as, inshallah. We have great reciters also, and you can inshallah repeat that, and we have lots of other du'as, inshallah, you can take care of. So then that is the first one. Once you put on the ihram, mashallah, 25 to 30 things is going to be haram, mostly for brothers extra, for sisters less, but for sisters, difference between brothers and sisters only they cannot cover their face, but lots of things they can wear, the normal clothes, and they can wear the scarf, the socks, and so on and so forth. But for brothers, they cannot wear shoes, they cannot wear socks. They have to have, for example, that the top of your feet should be open, kind of flippers, and then that's what you need to do. And also, you cannot wear perfume for brothers. And here is one of the beautiful thing is, especially those who are going with spouse, you cannot fight. This is a great time that what sisters put all your requests that I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and brothers, they cannot fight, they cannot argue. Jidal, argument. You cannot have argument, fight. I have to say, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. So that's a good training for you guys. MashaAllah. You cannot fight. You cannot, for example, comb. You cannot scratch. If you have a bad smell sometimes, mashallah, if you have lots of chani, whatnot, and if the beautiful gas is released, you cannot run away. You have to say, Ya Allah. Okay. But it's haram to cover your nose. Yeah. But if you have a good smell, run away from there. No, you cannot. The opposite. If there is a perfume or good smell, you should not. You have to run from there. That's the imtihan. This is a test, right? Bad smell, you should not cover. You should not run away. That's the point. You cannot do that. Yeah. But for the good smell, you need to run away from there. That is the beauty things. And also the relationship between husband and wife, and so on and so forth. We have, even one of the things is what I have a bad habit is while I'm walking, I pick up some of the leaves, right? Even in my home, when I go, I want to, grab some flowers and here or there, although sometimes I'm stingy, but alhamdulillah. So what happened is, you cannot do all of that. हाँ वो तो कम सब्र ही करना है, सब्र ही करना है, जिंदगी ही सब्र का नाम है, कोई बात नहीं इंशाल्लाह। नहीं, सोच पे कोई कफारा नहीं है। अगर सोच पे कफारा तो पूरे मर्दों के लिए खुदा या अल्लाह। भाई आप क्यों हंस रहे हैं? जी नहीं, सोच पे कफारा नहीं है, अमल पे कफारा है। और कफारा ऐसे सख्त होगा कि ना अज़ाबी ला शदीद, जूते पड़ेंगे, भाई घबराइए नहीं। सो जी, तो ये चीज़ें हैं जो हराम हैं, उसमें देख लें इंशाल्लाह और बात कर लेंगे। The second one is once you put on the ihram, I mentioned, so some of the things about the ihram, and we talk and discuss about that also. Second one is, inshallah, once we do that, beauty is we're going to be there from Medina to Mecca within 2 hours because of the fast train. That was not the facility 7 years back. The last time I was in Hajj was 2019 with SABA group. Alhamdulillah. And before that, we used to go every year. Allahu Akbar. But anyhow, so the point here is we used to go Maghrib time and morning we used to reach because there's lots of traffic. But we are going with train. Save the time. So let's say our train is 3 o'clock, we're going to be there 5 o'clock. It's good, alhamdulillah. We go to check in the hotel, which is good. And here the part will begin. Once you check in, you take some rest. The best time for tawaf and sa'i and taqseer and prayer of tawaf is after Isha prayer and before Fajr, or maybe 2 or 1.5 hours before Fajr time. Because 1.5 hour before Fajr is going to be more crowd. That is the time because you have a lengthy time. But because it's going to be Thursday night, Shab-e Jum'ah, oh, Ya Allah. Shab-e Jum'ah, Nauchandi Jum'ah, oh, beautiful, but it's going to be huge crowd. Unusual crowd. Alhamdulillah, that's not a problem. The first Thursday night, Shab-e Jum'ah, and month of the Hajj, the Hajj, MashaAllah, people. So it's going to take 5 to 6 hours minimum. So what we can do is, alhamdulillah, we go there, check in, we take some rest, have some food, wash up and do udhu. And udhu is only wajib for 2 times. One is tawaf and namaz of tawaf. For the sa'i, there is no need to udhu. Even if your udhu is batil, that's not a problem. But tawaf and prayer of tawaf, you need to have a udhu. That's, you keep in your mind. Once we do Isha, we are going to be in the hotel, take care of everything. After Isha prayer, we begin to walk towards doing tawaf. Subhanallah. Once you want to do tawaf, the first thing is, once you see the Baitul al-Haram, all your life, you're doing tawaf, your prayers and halal, everything towards the Kaaba. Inni wajjahtu wajhiya lilladhi fatara as-samawati wal ard. And the moment you see the Kaaba, subhanallah, 7 of your du'as will be granted. And I know that the moment you see the Kaaba first time, you're going to have a different feelings and so on and so forth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us, inshallah. And what we do is we enter from maybe different doors, whatnot, and we do turkat tahiyyat masjid and do dua and sajda shukr, and then we start the tawaf. For the tawaf, make sure that you have to go around the Kaaba, right? Around the Kaaba. So this is tawaf, and then around the Kaaba. You're going to start tawaf from Hajar Aswads. The Kaaba is square, has 4 pillars. One is Subhanallahi, walhamdulillahi, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar is Hajar Aswads. Alhamdulillah is Rukn Yamani, where Imam Ali Islam's the birthplace and split, and you can see. And Rukn Iraqi and Rukn Shamali. Those are the 4. So then you're going to start from Hajar Aswads. Once you reach there, it's going to be, and the green lights there also, make intention. I'm doing tawaf, umrah, tamattu' for Hajjatul Islam, wajib qurbatan ilallah. If you're doing niyaba, like me, I have to make an intention of niyaba. If you're not doing niyaba, alhamdulillah. If you've done your hajj before, the second is either wajib or mustahab, depend on you. So once you make intention, you go around that 7 round. You cannot stop, you have to walk. And also people, they push you, that's not a problem. Take your time and so on and so forth. Yes, if you can do between the Kaaba wall and where Maqam Ibrahim is there, which is 12 meter, is wajib. But now it's very difficult. Wherever you can do, that's not a problem. You do tawaf, and you don't need to be, oh, I want to rush. No, wherever you're there, walk around that, inshallah, we can take it. One of the things is, 2nd floor, 3rd floor is not allowed, only ground floor. And make sure that we need to do in ground floor. Once you start first and end with the 7th one, yes. We try, but I don't think that we can be together all the time, but we'll try. At least small group, 3-4 people. That's why I said, if we have, for example, Muhammad Hadi can find something, inshallah, and we can communicate and we can have that and we can start. Yes. So, अहले बैत की तरफ से जो ताकीदात हैं, सबसे पहली दुआ इमाम ज़मान के ज़ुहर के लिए हो। अच्छा, और दूसरी दुआ खुद अपनी आक़िबत बखैरिया, और ज़ाहिर सी बात है मोमिनीन के लिए, सबके लिए, अपनी मियाँ की हिदायत के लिए भी कर लें इंशाअल्लाह। इधर उधर ना देखें, इधर उधर ना जाएं, सब पूरा ला इलाहा नहीं, वो तो अच्छा है इंशाअल्लाह। तो कहने का मकसद है कि ये पहली दुआ इमाम ज़मान के ज़ुहर के लिए, और उसके बाद अपनी रब्बना आतिना फिद दुनिया हसना फिल आखिरति हसना या अल्लाहुम्मा जअल आवाक़िब उमूरिना खैरा वो अल्लाह हमारे आक़िबत में खैर फरमा। ये उसके बाद सबके लिए इंशाअल्लाह दुआएं चलते हैं। किसी भी ज़बान में आप कर सकती हैं, इसमें के लिए कोई मुश्किल नहीं है। सिर्फ वो सिर्फ जितना वाजिब जिक्र होता है वो तो अरबी बोलना, उसके अलावा कोई मसला नहीं है। Kabe में Medina में is good. Thank you. We written all of that. In Medina, if you're doing inside of the masjids, you have option of either qasr or 4 rakat. I would pray 4 rakat. But if you're doing in a hotel, then you have to do 2 rakat. But in Mecca, whether you do inside of the haram or around hotels, you do 4 rakat. Except if you're living in Aziziyah or the place, then you have to do 2 rakats. But in haram or around the hotels, it's not a problem. Yes. 4 has more benefits. No, 4 has more benefits, for sure. 4 has more benefits, yes. Great. If you're doing Jama'at prayer for Fajr, is not a problem because, Dhuhr, Asr is not a problem. Isha is not a problem. Maghrib is a problem because Maghrib is, their time is sooner than our time. Niyyah. Whether you're in Saudi, Masjid al-Haram, Masjid Nabi, or in SABA, if you have a doubt or you're not sure that the person whom I'm following is adil, you need to do furada niyats. That's a principle. Even in SABA, if someone doesn't believe that Abidi is adil, they should not pray with jama'ats. Let alone about Kaaba. Kaaba also, if you know that, like for example, one of the cruel imam, what he said about, like for example, the recent things, how can be adil? So that's a different thing, but as adalat is a condition for jama'at. Yes. No, you have to follow with them. It's good. Yeah, inshallah. And also you don't need to take the turba, right? Especially in Mecca and Medina or ulama, this is that. It's good that without turba you go. It's good. You don't need to yes. Not at all. Yeah, of course. Okay. So, may Allah bless all of us. Then once we finish tawaf, we come, the third one is namaz-e-tawaf. Namaz-e-tawaf, you can see that only and only behind the Maqam Ibrahim. You cannot do the 3 sides, only one side where Maqam Ibrahim, and you don't need to stand right behind the Maqam Ibrahim because it's impossible for you to stand there. Yeah, like whatever the place is. And also there is no need to have exactly like that. You have, for example, this diagonal. You stand anywhere. As long as you can see the Maqam Ibrahim is enough for you. And you can pray your, for example, 2 rakat of the prayer. Same thing, I'm doing 2 rakat prayer of tawaf, umrah, tamattu for Hajj al-Islam, wajib, qurbatan ilallah. Once you do salam, then you will be ready for sa'i. This is sa'i is very important. That same thing as tawaf should be ground floor, sa'i also ground floor. Don't go to the first, second, third floor, only ground floor. And also now sa'i became, mashallah, bigger. When we used to go there, Safa and Marwa, we used to spend lots of time in the mountain. Right now, slash it everything, and right now it's different. Anyhow, and also they make it very big. So the fatwa is you need to start from the old one. So you have to go a little bit inside to make sure that you take care of that and then do. Because if you see the round is very big, and if you go from a smaller one, it's difficult. Inshallah, once we go there, we can talk and discuss about that. You start from Sa'i, Safa, Marwa. Safa, Marwa. So each round is only one round. Alhamdulillah. It's not that going and coming back one. So one round is from Safa to Marwa, Marwa to Safa 2, Safa to Marwa 3, Marwa to Safa 4, Safa to Marwa 5, Marwa to Safa 6, Safa to Marwa 7. So start from Safa and you end in Marwa. Once you end there, you do taqsir. Taqsir is either clipping the nails or hairs. You cannot, shave your head. Now, it's haram to shave. You cannot. Only trimming, right? It's must have to trim both nails and hairs. Then after that, you are coming out of the ihram. You go there, relax, and from Friday, we're going to be there Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, mashallah, you're going to have an amazing time. There's no wajib thing to do, but you can come and do tawaf for your parents, your marhumin, whatnot. And you can do, for example, niyat for anyone, hayy and mayyats, whether they're alive or not. And you can pray in different places. You can, spend time in Safa, Marwa, and so on and so forth. And also, if you want to buy, for example, your wife diamond, mashallah, make sure sisters write it down, VVS1 or FL, D color, maybe inshallah, 12 to 14 carats and so on. So I can give you more specifications for that. And the beauty of Mecca and Medina is there is no limit. You can use the credit card. Bhabi, make sure that no limit. He can use the credit card. There is no excuse, mashallah. So you want to buy some things, this is the best time because there is no other time. Because once we go to Arafat, and by the time we come back, barely you can have any time to finish all your amal and come back. So you want to do any shoppings, anything, Medina is going to be difficult because you're running and all of that. Mecca, after you do your Umrah Tamattu, before your Hajj Tamattu, you have 3 full days and you can take care of your personal affairs or du'as. The best thing is recitation of Quran and so on and so forth. And then after that, there's some useful points. Also, you can see even the page number we mentioned. Then after taqsir, we take care of that. And it's mustahab to drink the Zamzam water also before you start tawaf. And any place there's water that says Zamzam water. Before we used to go to well. When we used to go in 1990, first Hajj I did is 1986 when Hujjaj were slaughtered there. Subhanallah. Don't look at me like that. So still I'm 727. Yes, 1986. Ya Allah. That was the beautiful Hajj. Anyhow, 86 or 87, I think 87, the Hujjaj were killed. That was the first Hajj. And then, alhamdulillah, I performed other Hajj also. So, point is, at that time we used to go to well. Now there's no well. All of that is connected with the, tap water or they have, containers and you can use that water. So after that, Hajj Tamattu. Quick. Hajj Tamattu, you are going to wear the ihram on the 9th and 8th of the Hajj. Depend on your timings. Usually we try to go on the night. Ahl Sunnat, they go on the 7th to Mina and come back to the Arafat on the 8th night. But we don't have to, it's mustahab, but we don't go to Mina first. We go directly to where? Arafat on the 8th night. That is the most, now you have to hold on all your energy. I said even first time, tawaf and all of this is going to take less than 4-5 miles, but the most difficult part will begin at the ninth night. So, 8th day, we go to first Arafat. And we spend the whole night and the day. But the Dhuhr time comes, that's where you have to make an intention. The first Hajj, if you are not able to obtain that, your Hajj is not counted. On the 9th day, from the Zawal time to Maghrib time, that's the time, you have to make an intention that I'm going to, after you wear ihram in Mecca, you go to Arafat and you make intention Arafat on the 9th day. Yes. No, the Eid is going to be on the Mina. The 10th of the Hajj is 8th. 8th will be Shahadats, 9th will be Hazrat Muslimin Aqil Shahadat. We talk and discuss inshallah, and we're going to have some majalis there. Yes. Arafat. No, the Ihram niyat is in Mecca, but the Arafat Uquf niyat should be in Arafat, right? The Ihram niyat is I'm wearing Ihram for Umrah, the Hajj Tamattu for Hajj al-Islam, Wajib Qurbatillah. But for the Uquf niyat on the 9th from Zawal, noon time to Maghrib time is I'm doing Uquf of Arafat for Hajj Tamattu, for Hajj al-Islam, Wajib Qurbatan ilallah. Allahu Akbar. Once you do that, that's where, yes, yes. Yes. Yeah, as I said, you come out of ihram and regular clothes and you have a free time, that's not a problem. Yes. No. You mustahab to do it inside of the Mecca niyat, but you can do it from a hotel also, that's not a problem. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Like, it's not wajib, it's mustahab. You see, the intention, one your prayer, fasting intention, you don't need to say it, just inside. For Hajj, it's mustahab to say it. Only one place is wajib. Where? I'm going to talk. Okay. So, the wajib. You know what is wajib niyats? You have to say it for nikah and talaq. Uquf, meaning that I want to stay there, dedicate myself, ahli wa mali, everything what I have to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's okay. But about Arafat, the amazing things I'm going to talk and discuss there. Inshallah, you'll enjoy that. What is the significance of Arafat and Hazrat Adam and Hawa, they met, and all of that. So, inshallah, we can talk and discuss about that. Is lots of amazing things. Yes. Uquf Arafat for Hajj Tamattu, for Hajj al-Islam, Wajib Qurbatan ilallah. No, there is no, because you're making intention at the Zawal time. You cannot make intention morning. You cannot make intention after Zawal, right at that time. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Just I'm going to finish in a few minutes, inshallah. So then we're going to stay there, and night time, like. Some people, they want to walk, mashallah. Mubashir, he got the permission from his Iranian wife, mashallah, alhamdulillah, and he wants to walk. You can do that, but 6-7 kilometers. So inshallah, we're going to go with bus, inshallah. And we spend the night there, and then the whole night of 8th and 9th day, and 9th after Maghrib, we go to Muzdalifah. Muzdalifah is 4 kilometers from there, but if you walk, it's going to take at least 3 to 4 hours because the huge crowd and zigzag and all of that. So, but we go with bus, inshallah. For the sisters here, you can just make intention uquf idtirari if you're not doing the Hajj niyabati on behalf of some people. If you're doing Hajj niyabati, you have to stay there, you have to do all of that. If not, you can go from Arafat, just 5 minutes of uquf in Muzdalifah, you go to Mina and do Ram and stay in hotel, in the tent. But for brothers, no, you cannot. Unless if someone health condition is not allowed. Again, for brothers in normal conditions, they cannot. Sisters, they can. Second, if you're doing niyabati with their brothers and sisters, they have to stay whole night. But there is no tent in Muzdalifah. Yes. If not, your husband, you command. No, I request that, inshallah. Yeah. Give him choice that after you come out of ihram, I'm going to slap. Or, yeah. No, he can do that. So there is no need for everyone to collect. Maybe, for example, one person can collect from on behalf of other people. Yeah. So for the sisters, if you're doing wuquf istirari, no, I don't think that there's a time for them to collect that, because they have to go certain places to collect that. So others, they can collect that. So for the sisters, who can take care of that. For the brothers, those who cannot, they have a health conditions, I urge that they can go with the sisters. But for their brothers and those who can, even sisters want to stay, they can stay there until morning time. And the niyat is not night time. They have to make intention from Fajr Adhan till the Tulu Aftab. From dawn, from dawn to sunrise, right? From Fajr time, that's 1.5 hours, you have to make intention. Same thing for the sisters who are doing Uquf Ithrari, you can say, I'm doing Uquf Ithrari in Mash'arul Haram for Hajj Tamattu, for Hajjatul Islam, Wajib Qabdulillah. For the brothers, those who are not Uquf Ithrari, the normal Uquf, or the staying there, you can make intention from Fajr time to the sunrise. Once sunrise happens, we walk. There is no bus at this time. We walk to Arafat. What we do is, first we go to the tent, we put our blankets and so on and so forth, and we walk. Here is a little bit difficult part. Those who have conditions, they can give the niyaba to others. For example, if sisters, they were not able to take care of the Rami Jamarat, they can give the niyaba to their spouse. Others, others they can take care of that. Same thing, brothers, if you have a health condition, you cannot. But if you can, you have to. Here is a walk. From Muzdalifah to a tent is 3 to 4 miles. From the tent to Rami Jamarat, again 3 to 4 miles, because zigzag. You go from here, like that. So then 4. So then, and coming back is 4. You're talking about 15, 16 miles. You're talking about at least a couple of hours. That is the most difficult time. From Muzdalifah to tent, from tent to Rami Jamarat, and Rami Jamarat coming back to the tent. Once we take care of the Rami Jamarat, the same intention, the first day is only big shaitan. Rami Jamare Aqaba, or big shaitan. I'm throwing the pebbles to the big shaitan for Hajj Tamattu, for Hajjatul Islam, Wajib, Qurbatillah, Allahu Akbar. If you're doing on behalf of others, you can make intention. You have to throw 7 pebbles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, alhamdulillah, shaitan is big. Before, shaitan was small, slim shaitan like this. We used to target. Right now, shaitan is maybe like this. And it's easy to hit, because right now shaitan became fat and big and all of that. Yes. Gigi, you have to see it, and you can see it. And mashallah, shaitan is big right now. So you take care of the Rami Jamra Aqaba only one and come back to that. And then once you come back, you wear the sister, you ask when you wear ihram, you wear ihram on the 8th and 9th in Arafat, and 10th when you go and Rami Jamarat, then slaughter. For Qurbani, if you're going through Hajj app Qurbani, you have to do 2 Qurbani. There's one there, and then Ihtiyatan you do somewhere else one. But if the Sheikh Basim, he says that he has some people, if you go through him, $300, I don't know, close to that, and pay him, and he will take care of that. Or you go to the Nusuk app, and also you have to do it in your own back home. That's the catch. But you cannot come out of the ihram until you do Hadi or Qurbani. So once they're going to say, okay, yes, for example, Farhan, your Qurbani is finished. And once there, then you need to shave your head. This is the beautiful part which I'm longing, Muhammad, I'm longing for a long time to see, mashallah. And this is the beautiful time, right, Muhammad Hadi, inshallah. So there's no if and but, and there's no shortcut. You have to like this. You have to, mashallah. So maybe we can get some training, can take care of that. So you should shave. But if your Hajj is second time, or the first sisters, just you trim. There's no need to shave, just trim. So once you trim, alhamdulillah. Once you do that, you're coming out of the ihram. Everything is halal except two things. One is relationship with your wife, marriage, whatnot. Second one is smelling the perfume and rubbing the oil. That's not allowed. Then what we do is, yes. No. Kafara you can do it later on. Yes, Africa $50, Pakistan $150, and yeah, you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then yeah, mashallah, yes. And the second kafara could be from Mecca to Arafat. And let's see, we can count, mashallah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you fight with your wife, then again kafara. And then, yeah, if you swear, even like, my children, Isaac and Ishraq, I told them, Baba, please don't swear. They swear. So, Wallahi. First Wallahi, then one kafara. Second Wallahi, 2. Third Wallahi, a camel. Yes, that's the problem. So anyhow, so we can see that how we will be perform, and based on that, we can inshallah take care of that. So, yeah, you cannot see the mirror. Yeah, you can see, after that you can see the mirror. Okay. The best beautiful mirror is there. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a problem. But if you're looking to the camera, and if it's considered as a mirror, no, you cannot. By accident is not a problem. Yeah. So, but if you are, for example, looking to the picture of others, it's not a problem. Your picture, for example, you're taking the picture of your beautiful husband, no, you can see it. But if you want to take a selfie, just like this, don't look at that. Yeah. So that's the catch, right? Okay. So once you do your Qurbani, you come out everything except perfume, oil, and the marriage and relationship. But then what we do is we're going to stay there. Some people, they want to rush to tawaf and all of the ahkam. I say that no need to do that. What we do is on the next day, 11th, or the night, either you can, let's see what we can do. Maybe same night, we go to the tawaf and all of that, and we come back before midnight, which is difficult because you need to spend half the night, first half night or second half night in Mina. Or the second way is, the best way is what I do is we take care of, we sleep and everything, and next day, the 11th, we go early morning to Rami Jamarat. All three shaitans, we take care of that. Small shaitan, medium shaitan, big shaitan, because we're going to throw the first day 7, second day 21, third day 21. So then altogether is 49. But it's mustahab to collect 70 pebbles in Muzdalifah to have enough buffer that if you have an extra one. So basically, once on the 11th day morning, usually that's what I do. We go take care of the shaitan, and then we go to hotel, and we go have some breakfast, and then we go take care of tawaf, prayer, sa'i, and once you do sa'i, then there is no taqsir because you don't have any. So After you do this sa'i, the perfume and oil also you can use it. Then you need to do tawaf nisa and prayer of the nisa. After that, you finish. We usually take care of that, all of that on the 11th day before nighttime or midnight. What we do is like maybe 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, we try to go to Mina, and before midnight we reach to Mina. And we stay there, and then 12th day, the last amal, we go and we take care of the shaitan, and we come back and we stay in tent, and zawal time we come with the bus to hotel, we finish. But some sisters or some brothers were not able to do that. They want to stay in all 3 nights in Mina. That's not a problem. And once we take care of all of that, and 12th day when we come back, we have one more day, which is 13th. So you need to do everything on 13th, and 13th night, most of us were coming back, except those whose package is different, like Pakistan, I don't know. But our package on the 13th night, we have to leave Mecca and we're coming back. So by majority of the people, I'm expecting that on the 11th we take care of that, and 12th everything, and 13th kind of relaxed day. Except if you're not able to do that, then you need to do your the amal on the 13th. Yes. मिल सकता है, लेकिन बिल्कुल सामने नहीं, थोड़ा पीछे, और मतलब नहीं हो जाएगा कोई मुश्किल से, हम सब मतलब यही करते हैं। जी जी, खड़े करने की जरूरत नहीं, थोड़ा पीछे जाएंगे तो कोई जरूरत नहीं, हो जाएगा जी। So you can see that Muzdalifah, Mina, the Qurbani, and then Taqsir or Halq, and last few steps is, as I mentioned, Tawaf and the Tawaf Nisa and Namaz Tawaf. Once we do that, inshallah, we're going to finish. This is the complete one. If you want to do extra Umrah, you cannot do for yourself, except if you're doing the Hajj Niyabati. For example, I'm doing Hajj Niyabati, so therefore it's mustahab for me to do Umrah for myself. So then what I do is, if I finish everything on the 11th, then 12th night I can go to Masjid Aisha and we do Umrah. If anyone wants to do Umrah, you cannot do for yourself, you can do on behalf of your marhumin. It's good, inshallah. We can take care of that. And once we do that, we completed Hajj at-Tamattu', inshallah. Any question before Brother Haider comes? Brother Haider, you're here, you ready? Okay. So any other question? Yes. Yeah, I mean, we do like one extra clothing, and if there is any medicine, there is any emergency, because food will going to be there, you don't need to carry lots of things. Yeah. तो लब्बैक नहीं कहेंगे जी, हाँ जरूरत नहीं है, आप अंदर आ गए हैं जी, इंशाल्लाह. Yes. No, you can take out, you can change. If, for example, it's become najis or you want to shower, that's not a problem. Yeah. Okay. So, inshallah, Brother Haider are going to present the app, which I hope that it will be ready before that. But you have this book.
I'm just going to move this. It's okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa alihi Muhammad. Okay, so this is the app that I've developed so far for Al-Kisa Foundation. Essentially, you guys will be able to use this for more than just the Hajj and Umrah guide, but you can use it for any of your needs. I don't know if you guys use Shia Plus, but essentially it's on the same basis of it. So when you first download the app, you'll go through this onboarding process. It's very simple. You can select your language, you get started. You can just continue as a guest. You don't need to create an account. But Moulana Abidi mentioned something earlier, which is actually creating basically a platform where we can communicate with each other while we're in Himla. And I actually already implemented that. So you can actually join a Himla group where Moulana Abidi can send a broadcast to everybody. Hey, we're meeting here. You can see your itinerary, where your hotel is, things like that. So I didn't think of that one. That's a good idea, though. So inshallah, I'll try to implement something like that. But at least for like broadcast and like joining the Himla, if you need like urgent notifications or broadcast, you guys are able to do that. So even if you're maybe like, for example, I don't know, you don't have a foreign SIM card or whatever, hopefully this could be like a way that you guys can at least still receive notifications. Anyways, we'll skip. You're allowed to choose your prayer time method. We'll just choose Shia Jafari. And if you guys use Shia Plus, you can actually choose if you want to go to the default method, which is the new design, or you can go to the old Shia Plus design, which is pretty much like this. So I'm just going to go to the default design. I'll continue with that. Anyways, it'll go through a walkthrough. You don't need to go through it right. Well, on your own, you can check it out. But as of right now, I'll just show you guys the actual main portion of the app, which is the actual part we're focusing on today, which is the Hajj and Umrah section. Give me a second. Here. Why is that not doing? It currently is, but it's under a different name right now. Here, continue. Allow using. Okay, cool. So you're gonna see this orange button. It's called Travel Guide. So this is gonna be for more than just Hajj and Umrah. You can use it for ziyarah and other things, but we're focusing on Hajj today. So you can click Travel Guide, and then you'll inshallah see the different destinations you can go to. And this is actually where you're going to join your Himla. So you can go here, you can join the link, or you'll have one sent to you. But anyways, let's go back to the actual travel guide itself. You can go to Hold on, give me a second. Go back here. I'm going to choose, let's see, this is Medina, Makrama. Okay, here we go. Hajj step-by-step guide. So you're inshallah able to see an overview of all the steps that Moulana Abidi spoke about. And first and foremost, before I even get into this, I have to say, like, mashallah, like 600 pages that were dedicated to this book. And like I actually got a chance to read a lot of it. And it's just, oh my God, I have to really give Moulana Abidi the respect that he deserves for creating such a detailed guide. So inshallah, I can't, yeah, mashallah. So at least to the best of my effort, inshallah, I'll try to have this. We have most of it actually digitalized in the app already, around 80 to 90% of it. But inshallah, I can at least show you guys a brief overview of how it looks. You're able to see the different steps that he mentioned. There's like a welcoming section of it, but there's basically 13 main steps that he mentioned, and you can see them here as like, you know, an overview of it. But if you go to the step-by-step tour, you can essentially see like these 5 buttons up here. These are like your main like go-to buttons. If you have any questions, you can search up different topics. There's always going to be like a certain topic related to each step, so you can click that as a quick reference. You can always come here to see your progress, how much you've completed. And here is the like best time to go, which is not really an important button to see, but at least this one is just a live map if you ever need to see it. And then there's also a text-to-speech feature, which inshallah incorporating soon. But essentially, it's breaking down each of the main steps into sub-steps. And you can inshallah click any one of these buttons to see an actual overview. And this is directly from the book itself. And you can inshallah read more detail. But let's actually go to more of the important steps, which is where you start essentially the first like main action, which is the state of ihram. You're able to see certain important things, like for example, arriving at miqats. You can see the closest miqats around you, and you'll be able to see the 5 main ones plus the 6th extra one. But inshallah, you can see them and get directions to them immediately. And then you also have just certain explanations of the miqat and other like informational details. Also, like when you're, for example, doing ghusl, you have a step-by-step guide you can click on here. Also be able to watch a video if you need that. And then, inshallah, for example, each step will have supplications and dua related to it. You can click on this button and you'll automatically be taken to the dua relative to that step. Likewise, when it comes to any other of the different steps, and even salah, this is another thing I mentioned earlier. So, for example, if there is a salah related to a step, you can get an explanation of how to do the salah, and there's also a swipe guide. Like you essentially can click on it, and you can swipe and go through it and explain to you exactly step by step on how to do it at each rak'ah. So, inshallah, that's another feature that's included. You're also able to see like the niyyah that you have to make. It's written both in Arabic, in transliteration, and in English. So you're able to read along with it. And then, inshallah, with the text-to-speech feature, it can actually recite it to you in case if you don't read Arabic yourself. So I think that's at least a useful feature and for at least referencing when you're like possibly not able to read it yourself. You also have like the main things like, you know, al-talbiyah, an explanation of talbiyah and all the other importances of it, and the actual wajibat of it, because there's actually a portion, at least from the book, a portion of it that's actually wajib, and there's a ihtiyat mustahab in it. Anyways, and then it also explains to you the 25 prohibitions, essentially, which Moulana Abidi already went over, but inshallah, if you ever need to re-reference it quickly, it's over here. So there's just quick references to anything. Just breaking it down to as many pieces as digestible as possible, inshallah. So, inshallah, I know he mentioned that there was a lot of dua. For example, dua Joshin al-Kabir is one of the mustahabbat, dua iftitah, dua tawassul. A lot of du'as are already mentioned here and actually already included. I know that he was talking about dua ashura. Technically, it's here. It can't be in the book for, you know, his already stated reasons, but if you guys do want to read it, it's actually available. I think Moulana Abidi would be the best of discretion in regards to that, whether doing it publicly. But inshallah, this is just a brief overview, and there's a lot more to it, inshallah. But it essentially, you know, even as we were going here, you see your progress is updating. So it's just a good way to see how far along you are and to actually keep track along with everybody. And there's even, if we go to, which step are we at? Sa'i, okay, we can go back one. Tawaf, no. Let's see. Let me go back to tawaf. So like, for example, you're going to have to do tawaf at one point, and there's a count. Is there a count on this one? Anyways, there's a way you can count while you're doing a tawaf, so you can keep track of it. I know that when you're doing a tawaf, you might forget, or even doing sa'i, that you might forget which number you're on. So there's a quick way to just click and keep track of it for yourself, because it will be distracting, especially after, you know, maybe your 6th or 7th time, you might forget which one you're on, and it's very important that you do know which one you're on. And it just quick explanations and like references to certain verses in the Quran, which are taken directly from the book. But anyways, this is just the main overview of the app. There's obviously going to be bugs in it, and I hope that you guys can be patient with me. And if anything is wrong with the app, any bugs, if you guys can just reach out to Kisa or me and the team, we can inshallah incorporate those fixes as much as possible. We are about like 80% complete, so we were hoping in the next week or so we're gonna at least have a soft launch that you guys can essentially, you know, go over the material beforehand. A lot of this stuff is actually good to review beforehand. I've done Umrah myself 4 times, and I'll tell you, if it's your first time, it is very hectic. So I'd say study up on it before you go there, because if you mess up your Umrah, you know, you're still in the haram for a long time unless you fix it. So very important you know what you're doing, and very important you actually follow the ahkam. But I would say even if their app is available, always refer to Moulana Abidi. He's going to be your main point of reference. If there's any questions you have, you should always ask him. If you're at any point in doubt of anything or you need any clarification, always ask him. This is just a reference, and obviously humans make mistakes, so it's better to actually go to a real person who's able to be up to date to the latest information, because sometimes there's new ahkam, there's ahkam that maybe the book was written a while ago. Anything could happen, so it's better to always check with Moulana Abidi. We are currently launching this, so in about a week or so it will be public. So there is some like time before it actually gets in your guys' hands. So just please be patient with us. But we will definitely have it, inshallah, before Hajj comes around. So inshallah, they'll actually send out at least a broadcast to everyone who's here or present or who is not present how to download the app, whether you have iOS or Android, is compatible with both. So anyways, I just want to give another thanks for the KISA team for actually going through, because I couldn't have done this without everybody else who supported me and helped me out along the way, because it was a lot of content. It was like 600 pages. So they're not here right now, but I wanted to at least thank them as well for the work they did. So Allah salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
All right, so just a quick couple of logistical announcements. Please pay attention to this. There's like a quick disclaimer, and then just some like announcement here. So first of all, there is chai in the back and some croissants. Please finish that up if you can. Lunch will be served at 2 p.m. And then just a quick announcement about the actual caravan, and please listen to this and remember this and keep this in mind. Although we're going as like a kind of like a caravan, we're trying to do everything together. Again, this is something that my father also mentioned, but you are responsible for yourselves. This is like kind of like a solo thing. We're just trying to do whatever we can together. So for example, if you were, say we're doing tawaf or something, and then you kind of get lost or something happens to get separated, it is on you to find your way back to the hotel. It is on you to do that yourself. We'll try to help, obviously. We're working together. We're all there at the same time. We're trying to do everything together wherever we can. But again, please do not come for Hassan Bhai's head or anyone's head just because you get lost or something goes wrong. Bichara Hassan Bhai is not a fault for anything that happens. Obviously, I'll do whatever we can. We'll do whatever we can to help you guys out, but this is also on you. You are responsible for yourself. Again, I want to emphasize this. We don't want to get any angry calls that like, I don't know, this person got lost, couldn't find their way back. We'll help you out, but it is on you. It is on you. Again, we'll do whatever we can, but it's fully your responsibility. Take ownership of that if you get lost. Remember, we'll be giving out, remember your hotel, remember all the information you need to remember, and try your best to navigate back. Again, this is also, for example, my first time going to Hajj, Hassan Bhai's, I think, first time going to Hajj, a lot of our first time. We also don't know, we're not experts at this. This isn't like ziyarat that we've done 100 times. We don't know. So if there's a question or something, again, we're not like logistical masters at this. We're trying to figure things out. We'll help you guys out. But again, try to remember where do you need to go, where you need to be, keep the calendar ready, follow the app, follow the book, do your own precaution steps, make sure you are on track, and then if you have any other questions, we'll try to help you out. But this is on you. That's the primary thing. That's literally the only announcement. This isn't like a logistical thing. Again, we're not like a big caravan like for ziyarat. Some of you guys may have come for ziyarat. This is not like SABA ziyarat group. This is, again, on you. That's kind of the only logistic. Again, lunch will be served at 2 p.m. and there is chai and croissants and stuff in the back. Please grab some of that after, inshallah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
MashaAllah, brothers and sisters, we're able to accomplish everything. And again, as I mentioned, inshallah, I'm going to be there during the trip, and we'll try to, inshallah, accommodate something, app, instead of having, for example, earphones and all of that in app, and then you can have, for example, a headphone with you, a small headphone. Don't get a big one where your head will be covered, only the small one. The normal, like for example, what I do is I have these types of headphones. This will be perfectly okay. You can put it here and you can connect here, and this will going to take care of your, what you're looking for, inshallah, during the tawaf time and the Arafat, Mina, Mash'ar, du'as, and so on and so forth. Although Ashfaq, he announced that we're not responsible, but we are at your service. Please don't be panic. We're going to, inshallah, have the WhatsApp and communication. If you have anything, please let us know, inshallah. I think 16 of us will be in one hotel, and few of us, they're going to be in different hotels. But what are the hotels is please be together, and if we can accommodate each other, that's not a problem, inshallah. So with that, I'm very glad that all of us, once again, with these difficult times, we're going to Hajj, and please make sure that pray for yourself and others, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of us and give strength and tawfiq to perform our duties and responsibilities, inshallah, and recite Surah Fatiha ma'al ikhlas, for all the marhumat, and those whom we lost recently, and also the shuhada salihin, but Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawats.